Haitian Voodoo. For starters, a little background on Haitian Voodoo. It is a syncretic religion based on West African voodoo. Voodoo originated in Dahomey, which is now Benin, and developed in the French colonial empire in the 18th century amongst the West Africans who were enslaved. Religious practices of voodoo are descended from the West African voodoo as practiced by the Fon and the Ewe. The word voodoo means spirit or deity in the Fon language. It incorporates elements from other African peoples such as the Yoruba, Congo, and Taino, as well as Roman Catholicism and European spirituality. The more common spelling of voodoo, Voodoo, is usually avoided by Haitian practitioners and scholars when referring to Haitian voodoo. This is to avoid confusion with Louisiana voodoo and to separate Haitian voodoo from the negative reputation the term voodoo gets. Haitian voodoo consists of a worldview including philosophy, medicine, justice, and religion. Its main principle is that everything and everyone is a spirit. They believe humans are spirits who inhabit the visible world. They believe in a distant and unknowable creator called Bon Dieu. Bon Dieu doesn't intervene in human affairs, and thus followers direct their worship towards spirits below Bon Dieu, called Loi. Every Loi is responsible for a particular aspect of life similar to that of Greek gods and goddesses. Believers try to acquire better relationships with the Loi through offerings, creating devotional objects, and participating in ceremonies of music, dance, and spirit possession. When Haitian voodoo came in contact with Roman Catholicism, Bon Dieu was associated with the Christian God and Loi associated with the saints. Additionally, both Bon Dieu and Loi live in the unseen world with Mystère Invisible, Zanya, and the spirits of ancestors and recently deceased in a mythic land called Guinan. The main goal of voodoo is to servir Loi, meaning serve the spirits by offering their devotion towards God and particular spirits in return for health, protection, and favors. Spirit possession plays an important role during rituals. Believers will enter a trance-like state where the believer will eat and drink, perform stylized dances, give supernaturally inspired advice to people, or perform medical cures. These actions are meant to express the human form of the Loi. Voodoo ritual is meant to refine and restore balance and energy in relationships between people and the spirits of the unseen world. Those who practice voodoo respect death and believe it is a great transition from one life to another or to the afterlife. Some voodoo families believe that a person's spirit leaves the body but is trapped anywhere a voice may call out and echo like the mountains or water for 1 year and 1 day. After, a ceremonial celebration is held to commemorate the deceased for being released into the world to live again. After the soul of the deceased leaves its resting place, it can occupy trees and even become a hushed voice on the wind. Though other Haitian and West African families believe there is an afterlife in paradise in the realm of God. Now for some of the misconceptions. Oftentimes voodoo is associated with Satanism, witchcraft, zombies, and voodoo dolls. Zombie creation has been referenced within rural Haitian culture, but it is not a part of voodoo. Also, the practice of sticking pins in voodoo dolls has history in folk magic. Voodoo dolls are usually associated with New Orleans voodoo and hoodoo. After the Haitian Revolution, many Haitians fled as refugees to New Orleans. Free and enslaved Haitians who moved to New Orleans brought their religious beliefs with them and reinvigorated the voodoo practices that were already present in the city. Eventually, voodoo in New Orleans became hidden and the magical components were left present in the public sphere. This created what is called hoodoo in the southern part of the United States. Because hoodoo is folk magic, voodoo and Afro-diasporic religions in the U.S. became synonymous with fraud. This is one origin of the stereotype that Haitian voodoo, New Orleans voodoo, and hoodoo were all tricks used to make money off the gullible. Hollywood often depicts voodoo as evil and tied to satanic practices with movies such as The Devil's Advocate, The Blair Witch Project, Child's Play, and even children's movies like The Princess and the Frog. However, this one countered this trope with a kind voodoo priestess who helps the main characters transform back to their original forms. TV evangelist Pat Robertson stated that the country had cursed itself after the events at Bois-Callot because he claimed they had engaged in satanic practices in the ceremony preceding the Haitian Revolution.